Hey guys, I'm Karlyn Borysenko with Decode the Left. I'm an analyst and independent journalist that's been covering the radical revolutionary far left in America for the last 4 years, and I'm going to explain to you why this whole idea of designating Antifa as a terrorist organization or in doing some sort of RICO thing against them, it's absolutely not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is very, very, very simple. You don't know the names of the organizations involved in Antifa. Now, that might seem like a weird thing because you're saying, of course, Karlyn, they're called Antifa. Of course, we know the names. Well, hang on a second. How Antifa actually works is it is a huge, massive network of loosely affiliated, decentralized cells all over the country. And the vast majority of those cells do not call themselves Antifa. They call themselves any number of other names. Some might go by distro, some might go by info shop, some have made up language that you've never heard of before, and you only know they're Antifa based on seeing them at an event where you get their propaganda and stuff like that. So here's the thing. How are you going to label an organization a terrorist organization if you don't know the name of the organization? How are you going to label a loosely affiliated, massive web of decentralized cells? And listen, there are thousands of these cells all over the country. There are more of these cells than you think there are. There are more of these people than you think they are, but they don't call themselves by the same name. You know, there's one Antifa organization that's rather famous. That's Rose City Antifa in Portland, Oregon. Rose City Antifa is the exception to the rule. It is not the rule. You do not know the names of most of these organizations, and most of these organizations have no official membership list. Most of these organizations have no official affiliation with each other. They just are people that show up and they mostly hide their identities at their meetings. I was just in one of their meetings literally the other day. They're hiding their identities. They're not using their real names, stuff like that. So how are you going to designate something a terrorist organization when you don't even know what it's called and you don't know the people involved? And you might think, oh, Karlyn, the FBI knows. I guarantee you the FBI does not know. I guarantee you. Again, I've been doing this a long time. I have sent stuff to the federal government. I've sent stuff to the DOJ. 2 days before Charlie Kirk died, I sent information to the Assistant Attorney General of the United States, Harmeet Dillon, about a revolutionary communist in Texas that was teaching classes at Texas State, like openly talking about trying to overthrow the government. And Harmeet Dillon told me she cared more about my use of capital letters than she did about the communist I was trying to identify, overtly saying he's going to overthrow the government. Now, I got that communist fired. No help from any Republican politicians, no help from anyone in Texas, no help from anyone in the Republican Party or any influencer at all. But that was like an exception to the rule. The larger point that I'm making is you guys think the government has these people on lock. They don't. They don't even know the names of the organizations involved. And so I think it's a really tall order to say you're going to designate a group of people a terrorist organization, which they are. They're revolutionaries. They're actively trying to overthrow the government right now. I have them recorded probably a dozen times over the past couple of years talking openly about overthrowing the government. And I've sent this information in and they've never done anything about it. So best of luck with this idea. I don't think it's going to work, but I think it's a really good political statement to get the base riled up. And I beg Republicans and I beg conservatives, please start hinging into reality with the far left, because they are actually killing people now. And if you don't put aside your narrative talking points that the base loves hearing, let's designate Antifa as a terrorist organization. What the base doesn't love hearing is we can't do that if we don't know the names of the organizations involved. And I promise you, you don't know the names of the vast majority of Antifa organizations in the United States. So let me know how you're going to get around that one, Trump administration. Let me know. Anyway, that's all I have, guys. Please leave any questions in the replies, and I'll talk to you guys later.